Hey people, it's Tuesday and I'm still wearing the same stuff because I'm at home. It was really nice to hear from someone else who admits that a lot of us do this. It's like, well, we're at home, we'll wear the same shirt for days. As long as it ain't stinking. Cheers. 24th of Tuesday. Speaking of comments, let's see. Doing pretty good. I've really only had to delete just a couple things in the last week. I appreciate that. Some people come by and try to say things that maybe they think they're being funny, but I don't know them, and so I just delete it. You know, I watch the Amoeba What's in My Bag, but not religiously. I do not watch well, Jimster is saying he thinks someone's been listening to the Stephen Wilson Tim Bonus podcast. Actually, no, I've watched a few, and their relationship kind of gets on my nerves, and so I didn't watch. They had one where they were showing some fusion and stuff. After the one before that, they get on my nerves. Stephen and Tim's relationship is slightly catty to me. And it's almost like Steve is always trying to be one up. It really does, and that's the thing that I'm aware of in relationships is like master and servant is so often the case in relationships. I had to learn really the hard way to get out of them, being subservient to someone else who thinks I'm cool as long as I'm doing it their way. So no, I'm not watching Stephen and Tim. And I don't like Tim Bonus's voice. And yes, folks, thank you for saying that you see what I see about the double standards. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I will say about the Pete Rock comment is I do have on CD, but not at hand to show you. I have they reminisce Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I've had it since it came out. I have hip hop. It's not a major focus of mine. When I go and look, for example, on the blog sites that I like to look at for music, Brooklyn Vegan, for example, is one. They'll be showing what the new stuff is, and a lot of stuff in the new hip hop. Like there's this new thing called Spank, and Pitchfork is called. I also go to Pitchfork among others. Those are just two examples, and they're calling this new high-tech Spank is a hip house ass shaking banger. Well, that's clickbait, but I went and watched it, and I do not agree. But I'm not 20. I'm not 15 years old anymore. I thought the backing track had possibilities if you take the stupid rap off. And I, for one, do not care for the twerking image of the big behinds. I never liked it, so I don't relate, is what I'm saying. I don't relate, but I'm not putting it down. It just ain't my thing. You know what I mean? It is not. Was there anything else I wanted to comment on? Nice to hear from you folks, and it's interesting to see where, amongst 1,000 or so people that watch me every day, it's not the same people. I'm seeing names that I haven't seen for a long time, and it's nice that folks come back and say hello. Yeah, when I told you about the band where I was introduced to crystal meth, Full Clip was the name of the band, as in a gun. And I started in that band in the 70s. And all of the original band members are dead from drugs. Our second drummer, John, I forget his last name, Witzke, good guy. He's still alive, but he was straight. It was so funny how after the first drummer, Tom Larkin, after he was gone, we got John in, who was straight. I mean, he drank, but no drugs. I really enjoyed playing with him, but all the other guys are dead, and it's because of drugs. Both the singer and Kim, the guitar player, who had a lot of potential, died of drug-related shit. So, just right quick, a couple of personal things. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see, let me open it up, where Thalem McDonough has posted something about this series that I've participated in. His post featured a picture of the first group of participants, and I'm in the center of the picture, which just touches me. Here's what Thalem and Angela, that's his partner's name, will be debuting the first episode of Artists Engaged, the series a week from tonight. Each episode will include more than 10 short artist features plus documentation of murals that Angela has collected around the country over the years. We've decided finally that this will be in 6-hour-long monthly episodes, released on the last Monday of each month. And they'll be freely streaming on their Vimeo channel. I am really pleased to be a part of this series, along with other artists such as Terry Riley and Orlando Greenhill and other names I can't remember offhand. It's an extreme honor. So when those go online at the end of this month, the first one goes on, I think, on September 30th. I will talk about it again and leave the link so you can watch. I also want to bring attention back to my great-nephew Osio's latest CD. This is beautiful, and it's like an impressionist painting to me. Green Field by Osio Silver. That's my great-nephew Devin. This is wonderful, and it's unique. It's very of the moment. It's very now. It's probably there's probably some inspiration from game music, but I don't play games, so I don't know that. I'm kind of assuming because of Devin's age, probably plays games and stuff. But this is wonderful. Osio Silver, Green Fields. Look it up on Bandcamp and buy it. Way to go, Devin. This is beautiful music. Beautiful music. Just a little bit from yesterday, because I'm back in the studio. I'm back at work. The after effect of the session with Kafeli is that it got me going again, okay? Opening up the studio, I've started a couple new things, but the other thing that I'm trying to do is complete some of the ideas where it's like I completed enough so I can listen to it. And time has passed since those sessions earlier this year, and I can hear where several things need another part. That's the challenge of songwriting. Making music and completing things is, some people take years to complete a song, even a poem. And so I like that instant gratification of completing a piece well enough that I can listen to it, but I can hear that these things need more. So I'm back at it, trying to complete some things, and I've started a couple of new pieces. But some music I played yesterday because it's the thing that I like to do. And I pulled this, wondering if this was going to go into the trade pile. It is not. Goat Girl, On All Fours. I believe someone sent this to me. because I didn't know shit about Goat Girl. Still don't. I know that I like this. It's inventive. It's a mix. You could hear where she's playing everything for real. A mixture of acoustic and electronics. Some of the lyrics caught my attention, but mostly the music. It's a double album here. I listened to two sides of it, and it's good. I can't think of any immediate comparisons. There probably are several, probably people I don't know to compare her to. But this is a keeper. Goat Girl on all fours. I like the image. Something else that I pulled. This came out in the 70s, and when I first heard about this, there was a lot of collectors chatter about this record being like a grail item because it's rare. From Australia, Rob Thompson's Yarandu. And this is a reissue coupled with his other album, Hara. So it's a double album. I can see why this has that legendary status. It's a fusion album. It's lo-fi recording. It's not recorded with high fidelity. But this starts off like you're tuning into a radio station on a faraway planet. It's like, that's my impression, the way it starts. It's really, I love it. He has a bit of technique. There's fusion elements here, but it's something else. This is way cool. Now, if you happen to see this Secca Funk, I know you watch me every now and then. I have an impression that this is an album that you would have an original of. Originals of this go for like $300 to $500. I've never seen an original ever. Now Again does a great job. I have a few of their reissues. And beautiful pressing. This is real good. There's a Eastern element to it. It's kind of spiritual. It's very good. Now here's something that I found years ago before the antiquarium closed, and they were selling a bunch of techno 12-inch singles really cheap. And this is when I got out of it. Didn't know anything about it. But I found myself playing this a lot when I'm on the computer playing like computer games, simple stuff. I don't play solitaire anymore, but stuff like that, just time killers. Sometimes that's all I want to do is, just kill some time and listen to music. And this is a repeater, a reminiscent drive, who it turns out is a fella, Jay Alansky, who is French and had a bunch of hits in Europe back in the 70s and stuff, and then he switched gears going into the 90s and started doing techno and stuff. Well, it's not actually his track on here that I like. It's the remix of the song Two Sides to Every Story, Love from San Francisco. That remix on here is to die for. I can listen to it on repeat a lot. It's real simple, but it's just the chords. And it's primarily a Fender Rhodes. I love it when I find pieces of music that do that to me. This is nothing special probably to anyone else, but this is a favorite. A Reminiscent Drive, New York City Dharma Revisited by Juri Hulkkonen and Love from San Francisco. It's the Love from San Francisco. I think his name is Charles Weber. It's his remix on here that I think is killer. Yeah, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So that's what's sitting out. I have playlists on my computer, and many of these things on the computer that I listen to, I don't have on vinyl. But if I can see it real quick, I'll grab it. Yeah. No, that's not it. Come on there. Where are your records? Well, is this it? Yes, that's it. Okay. Sorry, folks. So, I pulled up a couple songs on the computer yesterday, and it was like, oh man, this is real good. Maps. On the Mute label again. I think it's one guy who works with ensembles of people. The first thing I heard by him was real electronic. This uses a choir or several singers and real instruments. Colors reflect time loss. I really fell into this yesterday and played several tracks on this several times. It's very lushly harmonic. The words are, again, inconsequential to me, but it's the arrangement and the sound. The sound of this album is gorgeous. Maps. I think this is white vinyl. Yeah, white vinyl. Maps. Not sure how I discovered it. Possibly just through. There are labels that I will every now and then, if I don't hear anything going on with the label, I'll look it up to see what's going on. Mute Records, Warp Records. There's other labels. Those two come to mind right away. It used to be 4AD as well, but when 4AD went American, that was a real disappointment. I have this other Maps album, Counter Melodies, which I actually need to listen to now that I've listened to that one more closely to see what this is like. And this is also on white vinyl. So I need to investigate this one to see if this is as good as that other one. While grabbing those, the thing next to him is Mara Intisano. Mara. I haven't played this in a while. I first picked this up in the cutouts, seeing that Nana Vasconcelos plays on this. Mara and Nana Vasconcelos. So I have to play this. I don't remember if this is more fusiony, if it's straight ahead. I kind of doubt. I have to listen to this. And this was, looks like he's playing with folks in Canada. Some Canadian musicians, and this goes back to 1983. So I have to put this on. I think it's a good one, I've still got it, which is a good indication that it's good. This is sitting over here looking at it, but I'm gonna just show it because I just love this cover. And this is one where the Reese brothers, who I've mentioned many times, the Air Force brats I met in my senior year of high school who turned me on to krautrock and a lot of prog, gave me their copy of this album, Lard Free, Gilbert Artman from France. But the copy was already damaged and trashed, so years ago I got rid of it somehow. I liked the record, but it was really badly scratched. So I was happy to get this reissue. Gilbert Artman's Lard Free. This is unique sounding. It's a mixture of space rock and free jazz and something indescribable. I love shit like this. I love stuff like this. Lard Free. Great cover. What a cool cover. Lard Free. Okay. So, yeah, I heard from Stephanie, and no, she didn't remember Grandma, but I sure do. We'll have a big pot of lentils going here later. Okay, get that white balance a bit. All right, folks. Hope you're okay. Let me know, and I'll talk to you.